How do you buy crypto in Japan? I promise by the end of this video, you'll know how to buy crypto in Japan, what are the hurdles and the risk involved, and you'll even have a live demo and some good news about taxation of crypto in Japan. Interested? Let's go inside and let's get started. Japan was home to the most popular crypto exchange in 2014 called Mongox, though two large-scale troubles, Mongox in 2014 and DMM Coincheck in 2018, slowed everything down and led to very strict regulation by global standards. The FSA or Financial Service Agency has put some regulation in place, and there are industry-wide regulations as well. For example, separation between customers' assets and the exchange with annual audit, and 95% of the assets are to be kept in cold wallets, and the remaining 5% have to be completely insured, and no more than 2x trading margins, which is very low compared to global standards. And these regulations really helped me when FTX went belly up, as you can see in this video. However, it slowed down the overall adoption to the point that now Japan is ranked 23 out of 50 in the world, and in Asia it's behind South Korea and China. The number of coins that you can invest in from a Japanese exchange is also limited compared to other countries. And the FSA oversight also means that up until today, all your gains from crypto are actually considered miscellaneous income and not investments. Why? Because crypto is regulated under the payment laws, not investment laws, which has a big impact on taxes because you can be taxed up to 55%. Yes, 55%, which is just insane. However, there might be very good news coming up soon. More on that a little bit later. So, how do you buy crypto in Japan? The best way is to open an account on a local crypto exchange, and here's the list of all the exchanges that are licensed to do so in Japan. The large global ones have mostly left because the regulations are too strict. Though, as a resident of Japan, you can still open an account over there and use them. However, you'll have more trouble filing your taxes and you'll be less protected. So it's really up to you. To register, what do you need? You need an ID, driver's license, my number card, or residency card for a phoner, an email, a phone number, and an address in Japan. And you will need to put money on your account to buy the coins, credit card or bank transfer, or even the convenience store. And I highly recommend that you invest in a cold wallet to safely store your coins after your transactions. Because if you leave them on the exchange and the exchange goes belly up or gets hacked, then all your coins are gone. So that's why I'm using this one from Ledger, that's the Nano, and I'm leaving a link down below for you if you want to explore a little bit more. But that's a big peace of mind. This is all good and fine, but how do you actually go and buy crypto in Japan? So here is a simple step-by-step guide. The first thing you need to do is to register an account or open an account on one of the crypto exchanges. So I gave you a list just earlier. Here's the list again, and you just choose one of them based on your preferences, because honestly, they have about all the same functions. I personally use Liquid and Bitflyer, and by the way, I have a link, a referral link for Bitflyer that I'm pasting down below. If it makes sense for you, have a look, do not hesitate to use it. It's going to be good for me, it's going to be good for you. Once you register, and you register using an email address, you're going to have to fill up the application, obviously, and you'll need to provide your ID. This usually happens by taking a picture of your ID. So basically, you usually use your phone and use the application that they have, and you take your card and you go from the top, you go from the side, you go here, you go there. It's not always easy. Then you need to provide a picture of your face from the front and from the side. And once they have confirmed your identity, which may take a few days up to a week sometimes, you will be able to access your account, do all the settings you want, and send money into your account so you are able to actually buy and invest in cryptocurrencies. So now that you know how to set everything up, let's demo it. Let's actually buy some Ether together. I'm logging onto Bitflyer, that is set to English for this demo. As you can see, I'm using a password manager and a two-factor authentication to protect this account. I would rather use an authenticator rather than an SMS, but it is the way it is. Once we clear the latest notification, we can see our holdings in fiat currency, either Bitcoin, Shiba, Ether, or XRP. These coins are only here as examples because all of my holdings are on a cold wallet that I talked about earlier. On the left side, we have access to all the different functionalities of the platform, including the referral program with the link down below if you're interested and it makes sense to you. Let's buy some crypto now. I select Ether, then buy, and the window pops up where you can decide to enter either an amount in Japanese yen, or your currency, or into the cryptocurrency, that you are buying for the transaction. You can see both balances at the bottom of the window. I have a very small amount of Japanese yen available. As you can see, the corresponding amount of Ether immediately shows up. Then you just click Proceed, confirm that all the information is correct, and click Confirm Order. And it's done. Pretty simple, isn't it? Back to the home page to confirm that the Japanese yen are gone, and they are, and the holdings in Ether have increased correspondingly. You're gonna have to believe me on this one. Now, let's go to the trade report section to confirm that the transaction went through the way we wanted. All the details are clearly identifiable. What you can do is download the report at custom info, and that's going to be very important as well when you file your taxes. And that's it. You just have to log out. So what do you think? Pretty straightforward, right? And if you don't speak Japanese, as you could see, the whole interface was in English. So it's really easy to do once you've taken the right steps. So now let's review a few tips and best practices so everything happens without too much stress. The first thing that you should be doing is secure your account. And by that, I mean having a strong password for your account on the exchange. And it's true for any type of password. The best way, I believe, and many believe as well, is to use a password manager so you have a very strong password. I personally use 1Password, and I leave a link down below for you. And for your coins, once you bought them, don't leave them on the exchange. I showed you the ledger just before. Here you go, the ledger, Nano. Now, which coin should you select? This is really up to your own research. I'm not going to tell you which coin to go for, but good rule of thumb is to avoid everything that's hyped everywhere and that you see all of a sudden all across the internet. That might be a scam. We've seen a lot of pump and dump kind of thing, so just stay away from that. Just stay to the top 10 coins or top 20 coins on all the exchange in terms of volume. Especially if you're new, that might be a good idea. Whatever you do, do a lot of research. And as you know, if you've been on this channel before, always invest a small amount of money that you don't mind losing. There are many ups and downs, and the rule of thumb is never to invest more than 5% of your overall wealth on cryptocurrencies. If you lose it, then you can recover. But if it's your retirement money or your house deposit or your college fund, then you are completely toast. So be careful and diversify your investment across different assets. Don't YOLO everything, please. Invest a small amount of money regularly to smooth out the cost basis, meaning the ups and downs. It's called dollar cost averaging, and that works for every asset classes. Stick to a local crypto exchange that will make it easier to file your taxes if you're in Japan. They'll provide you with all the necessary paperwork, and you are safer thanks to the regulation. And I mentioned just earlier about the maximum tax rate of 55% for crypto. Yes, I know. The good news is the FSA, so the Financial Services Agency, just said that they started a study to see if they should reclassify crypto not from the payment law, where it was originally, towards the investment law. It means that your gain tax, the capital gain tax, becomes aligned with all the other investments, and it's at 20%, which is way better than a maximum of 55%. So they've started that. They're going to make recommendation to the government. It might not be approved for the next fiscal year that starts in April 2025 because things go very slowly in Japan. I cross my fingers. Everybody wants that to happen, but we can't be sure. So stay tuned and watch that space. And as always, please do your own research before investing. Not because it's crypto, it's for any asset class. That's something I say on this channel all the time. And no, this is not financial advice. This is just my own opinion based on my own research for entertainment and information purpose only. Now you have all the information, but what happens if you get into trouble? Well, I can give you two examples that I got into trouble with so that you prepare and you can imagine what can come to you. So you need to register on the platform, right? And there's going to be delays in approving you because they need to do what's called know your customers. And if you're a foreigner, especially, this may take a little bit more time. It might be arranging, you might get impatient, but that's the way to go so you have no choices. Don't hesitate to call them or email them if you see there is any trouble. Because I had a problem, right? You remember that you have to register your ID, so take a picture of your ID and take a picture of yourself, right? My problem is, this is my picture on my ID, and this is how I look today. Difference is here, my beard is much denser today, and their system could not recognize me. Basically, I was a different person. Little bit of trouble there. I went through thanks to email, thanks to call, so don't hesitate to do that. The other thing that might get you into trouble or cause you a little bit of stress is putting money on the exchange, because you may have delayed. So the best way to avoid that, in my own experience, is to have a bank account in Japan or use a credit card in Japan or a debit card. I'm not sure they accept debit cards actually, you should check. I always use bank transfer. So have a bank in Japan. It's not always easy, especially if you're a foreigner, to have a bank in Japan. In that case, I recommend watching this video that should be here or there that we made recently that gives you a little bit of advice on how to open a bank account in Japan and which banks you should target to have more chances of success. But that's really the two cases that I know of. If you know of any other case where you got into trouble, don't hesitate to leave a comment down below. So here you are with the most basic information you need to start investing in crypto from Japan. First, look for the crypto exchange that speaks to you the best, set up an account and follow the steps we've just seen to start buying your first crypto coins in Japan. Remember though, that it is a very volatile asset, so do not invest more than 5% of your overall wealth into crypto. That's gonna help with your stress level. And do not forget to file your taxes on time. So important. Give it a try if you feel like it. And additional bonus, you will know a little bit more about cryptocurrencies the next time the subject comes up in a conversation. Do not hesitate to share your experiences, positive or negative, in the comment down below so we can all learn from each other. And if you like this video or learn something, please give it a like and do not hesitate to subscribe for more content like this one about Japan and personal finance. And you can continue watching this video or that one down below. Thank you again for watching, and until next time, goodbye.